Thank you, Victor. That was amazing. I did have a question about the 45th number on the 37th slide in the lower left-hand corner. If you guys are interested in learning more, give your business card to Victor. He's a very good salesperson. I'm sure he'll be happy to share some more data with you. So that was great. Thank you for taking us through that. So now we're going to meet our panel. We have Linda from Alibaba.com, Danny, who's the CEO of Groupon Hong Kong, Alex, who joins us from Nokia, coming in from London 2 days ago, right? And then Adrian from Puma, or Puma, depending on your pronunciation, the footwear and apparel company. I'm going to ask each of the panelists just to take a few minutes to introduce themselves and their perspective on social commerce, particularly in this market, and then we'll have a rousing discussion. And because this is social media, you guys can all participate as well. So I look forward to some good questions from the floor as well. So I'll start out with you, Linda.
Hello everyone, I'm Linda Kozlowski. I lead global marketing and customer service for Alibaba.com. And my area of responsibility is essentially everything outside of China for our B2B marketplace, which is the main website of the Alibaba Group. And we currently have 24 million registered users, micro, small, and medium businesses. So from a social commerce and a social media perspective, we're a little different from your average company in that because we're B2B and because we tend to do a lot of OEM orders and things like that on our site, we tend to use social networking as more of an education tool and a connecting tool for our users as opposed to a pure commerce tool. Although we are starting to introduce some mobile options for searching and things like that, but because a lot of the deals that are done on our site require offline negotiation between the buyer and the seller, we don't actually have a click to buy function that we use, but at the same time we're finding social to be quite important, that in educating our users on not only how to use Alibaba.com, but also general topics about international trade. Because our customers are small and medium businesses, they often don't understand some of the basic things about whether it's customs and duties, whether it's safe trading, whether it's how to write a contract between countries. Any of that information is probably new to them because a lot of them are micro businesses. They're starting out of their kitchen and they're starting a trading business from there. So social commerce has been extremely important for us, but more on the customer service and education side than actually creating transactions. So that's kind of an overview. Most of what we use is Facebook, Twitter, and of course Weibo in China, things like that. We're starting to use more LinkedIn, and we're very interested in what Google Plus is going to be doing because we do believe that the separation between personal identities and business identities could be quite important for us in the future.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Danny Yan. Apologies, just coming over from a cold, so I can't really speak too well. But my name is Danny Yan. As mentioned, I'm the original founder of iFi, which subsequently was acquired by Groupon. When we started the business, a big part of our business evolved through social. Right now, currently we have basically the number one business fan page, or Facebook fan page in all of Hong Kong, with 360,000 fans. When we started the company, we already had 30,000 Facebook fans. So from day one, I knew social was a big part of how we need to be successful. I think we really evolved into basically making social a big part of our company and our business on a daily basis. So through the panel discussion, I'll just explain real case studies with every one of you guys here, how we've been able to really identify and use social media effectively. Thank you.
Good morning together. My name is Eddie Silverberg, and a member of the global social media team from Nokia. So David was so kind to invite me because we are the sponsor of the week, otherwise he said no way.
You can come anyway.
Thank you very much. I'm looking at our social commerce on a global scale, which literally means not just social in the way of digital, but also how we work online, offline together and connect the dots. In general, we obviously do a lot with mobile as well. I guess we have, I think it's kind of like, excuse me for my language if I say silly to have so many buzzwords such as m-commerce, social commerce. I think we have commerce, and we're kind of trying to literally have a seamless integration of all the platforms. So, and I guess we are on a pretty good, at the Nokia Global scale, a pretty good track to transform to become a complete social business, which means educating, first of all, internally our employees, our senior management to buy into our all social, as well as acting to meet the requirements from our consumers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adrian Toy. I represent Puma. I'm the regional head of marketing for APAC, so I represent 12 countries out here. Just a little bit about Puma. Puma is actually a sports lifestyle company founded in 1948, so probably the oldest brick and mortar amongst the panel. I have over 1,800 stores in this region, as well as several e-commerce platforms. So I think the social for us is really important, really exciting as well. It's really important because of the shopper journey. And as you probably see the stats, the consumers are now changing their behaviors on how they actually look or learn about products, learn about brands, and then identify what products they should actually buy for themselves. So I think, for us, it's about working out where are the right places to play and where are the places that we should be. And I think, one of the biggest challenges we face is finding those super influencers, because traditionally our model has been using celebrities, athletes, but that's been moved, that's moved now because we're now talking to super influencers online. So we'll talk a little more about that now.
That's great. Thank you. And Alex, I thought that was a great point about it. It's not m-commerce or s-commerce, it's just commerce. So just to jump into the discussion, where I'd like to start this is with some specific and very practical tips for folks in this business. So, I think many of us in marketing feel kind of a chasm between some of the stats that Victor was showing. How many fans do you have on your page, for example, or likes, and you've got 8,722 people signed up for your Twitter feed. And the whole thing about social, particularly in the early days, was about authenticity and credibility, right? And if you think of sort of a diagram of what people want to talk about and what you want to talk about, you really only have permission as a brand or a company to talk about topics in that overlap, right? And so if you're in the, Hello Kitty discussion board saying, do you like Hello Kitty? Yes. Do you like Hello Kitty? Yes. And then you jump in and say, I'm from Coke, drink more Coke. You're going to get flamed out of the discussion. So I want to kick off the discussion about how businesses can really bridge that gap and go from authentically joining a conversation to actually selling. And maybe, sorry, you have a bit of a cold, Danny, and your voice isn't 100%, but maybe you can give us some examples from Groupon about how businesses have been able to harness this.
Well, thank you, David. You mentioned about the credibility aspect. I mean, when we first started out the company, we only had like 4 people in the company, right? Me and almost 3 other people. So one thing I really needed to know was actually establish the credibility to our consumer base. We're a fairly small company. People didn't know what I was. So to establish credibility, pointing off what Adrian mentioned, that we use celebrities. We use celebrity endorsements on our webpage. And also we created like a viral musical video, which went on Facebook and such, right? Before we even launched the website, we launched our website June 28th of 2010. But 3 months before we launched the website, we already started getting fans on our Facebook fans page. So when we actually launched our first deal, the day on June 28th, we already had basically 30,000 Facebook fans. So because basically celebrities. Well, when you have celebrities on your board, that basically establishes credibility in terms of your site. We wanted to give a perception to basically the consumers that we were a big company, and only big companies use celebrities. So I think we did that very well with Facebook, Twitter, as YouTube, and also we had tram ads that we actually ran in Hong Kong. A lot of people were saying that we were spending way too much money in the beginning of a company which we didn't know where we were headed, right? I think it gave consumers confidence, and on the first day when we launched it, we actually sold over 400 vouchers, which was very surprising on the first day of launch.
Great. Maybe Adrian, can you jump on the same topic?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of quite interesting because we almost have an opposite strategy to folks like Danny, where we already have a whole lot of celebrities and athletes. Our challenge is actually to find those people who actually influence people like you. And it's not just a celebrity, just because we have pictures of celebrities on poster, that doesn't give you an emotional connection. You're connected to, and for us, the dilemma is actually you're connected to friends and you're connected to strangers. And if you're on Facebook, we're trying to connect with your friends to get them to influence you. And if you're on other forms outside Facebook, like places where they rate products, we're trying to influence strangers to influence you. Because and I think that's really interesting, where it's such a juxtaposition where there's two different bunch of people that really influence the consumer. Who do we actually spend time with? And our choice is, with limited resources, do I go spend time trying to find out who the coolest fashion bloggers that you follow, or amongst your peer group of friends, who's the most influential? Get them to influence you. So I think that's something that we look for, and I think that's we spend half our time doing. That's what we're doing.
And what particularly at Puma drives online sales? Is it new products?